Is justice the same as fairness? Hi everyone, today I'd like to discuss a question that has occupied philosophers, legal scholars, and political theorists for centuries. Is justice the same as fairness? At first, the answer seems obvious. Many people use the words justice and fairness as if they have the same meaning. However, when we look more closely, we find that they are not always identical. Fairness usually means treating people equally and impartially. For example, if two students take the same exam under the same conditions and are graded according to the same standards, we would generally consider the process fair. The rules apply equally to everyone. Justice, however, is often broader. Justice asks not only whether the rules are applied equally, but also whether the rules themselves are morally acceptable. Imagine a society where a law discriminates against a particular group of people. Suppose judges apply that law equally to everyone. The legal process may be consistent, but would we call the outcome just? Probably not. These examples suggest that fairness in procedure does not always guarantee justice in outcome. On the other hand, pursuing justice without respecting fairness also creates problems. Imagine a judge who believes that the defendant is probably guilty even though the evidence is insufficient. If the judge convicts the defendant simply because the outcome seems desirable, the legal process becomes unfair. In the long run, such practices undermine the rule of law and public trust in the justice system. Therefore, procedural fairness remains an essential component of justice. Political philosopher John Rawls offered an influential perspective on this issue. He argued that a just society is one whose basic institutions would be accepted by rational people who do not know what position they themselves will occupy in society. In other words, we should design social rules as if we did not know whether we would be rich or poor, healthy or disabled, powerful or vulnerable. This thought experiment encourages us to think beyond our own immediate interests. In my opinion, justice includes fairness, but it also goes further. A truly just society requires fair procedures, equal respect for individuals, and institutions that protect fundamental rights. At the same time, justice sometimes requires correcting inequalities that prevent people from enjoying genuinely equal opportunities. Ultimately, fairness tells us how we should treat people. Justice asks what kind of society we should build. The two concepts are closely connected, but they are not identical. Understanding the difference helps us think more carefully about the law, public policy, and human rights. So here's my question for you. Can a law be fair but unjust? Or do you believe that true fairness always leads to justice? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for listening. See you next time.